Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday Beauty Cafe. My name is Sue. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. In today's video, I am going to be giving you my review of the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. As a professional makeup artist, I think one of the most frequently asked questions I get is, what's a good foundation? And I try to give a few options when I'm answering, but I always include L'Oreal True Match on my list. But before I get into my reasons why, I want to first say that when you're shopping for a foundation, there's just a few factors you want to keep in mind before you head to the store. One is, how easy does the company make it for you to find your perfect match, perfect shade match? Two is the price point and the availability. And three is the wearability or the quality of the product itself. In my opinion, L'Oreal has one of the easiest shade matching systems out there. It's professional, but simple. Professional because it's based on the undertone of your skin. And that is the number one thing to think about when you're buying a foundation, is the undertone of your skin. That is the number one factor you want to consider. So it's based on the undertone of your skin, and then their labeling system is so simple. It's W for warm undertone, C for cool, and N for neutral. That's a pretty big deal because some companies don't make it that simple. In some companies, you have to actually almost have a decoder ring to figure out their matching system code, the labeling system. So I really appreciate about L'Oreal True Match is they make it very simple. If you don't know how to find your undertone, they have some tools on their website that can be helpful to you. I will put a link to their website in the description below, so if that helps you find your undertone, make it easy for you. They also have 45 shades to choose from, including half shades. So if you fall between two shades, you don't have to buy two bottles, just try one of their half shades. I think that's brilliant because it saves time and money. All right, price point and availability. As of this taping, which is October 2025, I found the prices to range between $9.99 and $12.99. Now that's going to depend on where you live and where you shop. Speaking of where you shop, the next thing I really like about True Match is that it's readily available almost everywhere. Big box stores like Target, Walmart, national drugstore chains like CVS, Walgreens carries it, Amazon carries it, Ulta. So you can find a place, price match, find a place. What I also like about that is you can walk into a store and physically see it. Once you can see this, then you can order it from anywhere. Once you know your shade and once you know your color, you can really order it from online from then on. All right, last but not least, the quality or the wearability of the product itself. So for starters, it's vegan. And it's also fragrance and alcohol free, which I really appreciate because my skin hates those two ingredients. So love that about it. It's also water-based, so it's good for all skin types. It's a great place to start. If you've never used foundation before, water-based is a great way to go. As far as coverage goes, on L'Oreal's website, they describe it as medium coverage, and I agree with that. It is a true medium coverage foundation. I would say you could build it a bit just by adding a little bit more where you need more, but I wouldn't add more than 2 coats of foundation, regardless of the brand you're using. 2 coats should just about do everybody. Otherwise, it starts to cake up and it'll start to feel bad on your skin. So I would say 2 coats of this, medium coverage, 1 to 2 coats. And if you are somebody who likes a heavier coverage, but you're getting tired of how it looks or feels, and you just want to try something different or just take a break, a temporary break, don't count this out, because my recommendation would be just to put concealer where you need the extra coverage and then just use your L'Oreal True Match to tie it all together. For blendability, I think it blends pretty well, actually. You can see in this video here, it goes on pretty easily. It doesn't tug or pull. It's not heavy. It's not cakey. It goes, right on. I really like that. So even if you don't use a foundation brush, I think you'll find the same thing. If you do find that your foundation does pull or is difficult to blend in, make sure that you're moisturizing your skin. Leave your moisturizer on about 5 to 7 minutes before you apply your foundation. See if that helps. But overall, I think L'Oreal True Match does a pretty good job blending in without too much effort, which I appreciate. All right, as far as wearability, I think in general, this wears pretty well. Now I'm speaking from personal experience, okay? I have some pretty long work days when I'm out in the field. So I work in media production, so I have some pretty long days. Some are 10 hours, some are 16. And I will say that when I get home and wash my face, there's still product to wash off. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that it looks just as good as it did when I left in the morning, but I'm not one to touch up my makeup during the day. So that probably has a lot to do with it. Once I leave the house, I don't bring my makeup bag with me. I might touch up my lipstick during the day, but I just don't touch up my face. So if you do bring your makeup with you and you do little touch-ups during the day, you're gonna have, better results than I do. But I have to say overall, I'm pretty impressed with the wearability. They don't market it as a long wearing foundation, so they don't claim that it's 16-hour or 24-hour, which is fine by me because I don't really like those heavier foundations. I just use those. I would just use those if I had a special occasion. So just as a daily, I don't like that anyway. So that doesn't make a difference to me. I think you'll get a good work day out of it. All right, just a few more things I want to just quickly talk about before we wrap up today's video. One is the packaging. I really love the packaging they put it in. It's a pump bottle. So it used to be a screw top and you would have to unscrew it and then dump it on your hand, and it was just messy. Too much product would come out. So L'Oreal really stepped up the game and they put it in a pump bottle. And it's a glass bottle, by the way, too. And it also comes with this little plastic cap, and the cap fits very snugly. So if you're traveling with this, it's not gonna pop off so easily in your bag, which I really like. And then what I really like about it, what I really appreciate, is that you can actually get this white cap off. Just with a little effort, you can get this white cap off. And the reason I really appreciate that is because sometimes when you have a pump bottle, and some brands make it so you can't open their bottle at all, they just seal it so you can't get that bottle open. And it's such a shame because once you start getting the sputters in your pump, it starts to sputter and you think, oh shoot, I'm running low on foundation. If you can't get in that bottle to get the rest out, then you're wasting a lot of product that's still in the bottle, which is a crying shame. Like I said, even if you spend $9.99 or $50, I don't care what I'm spending on makeup or anything. I want to make sure that I'm not just throwing it in the trash when there's still product left. So what I like is you can get that cap off. It does take a little bit of effort to get that cap off, but once you get that cap off, you can take a little spatula like this one, and I got this on Amazon, and I will link to that in the description below for you if you're interested. And you can really get in there and get almost every drop out, and then you can just use that to use the spatula to apply it on your brush or directly onto your face. So I really do like that because, like I said, I hate the thought of wasting product because that equates wasting money. And no thank you. And no thanks to that. All right, last thing is a bonus tip for you. If you're somebody who your skin deepens in the summer, so you tan or darker in the summer, and then in the fall to winter, your tan starts to fade. Same thing in the spring, when you start to go out more in the sun and your skin starts to deepen, but not quite tan like your summer full tan. And then you have to keep buying all these different bottles of foundation just to match. You could buy up to 4 bottles a year of foundation, which is really expensive, especially depending on the brand you use. So even if you don't use the L'Oreal True Match as your primary foundation and you want to keep the one you love, no problem. What I recommend for those transitional periods is getting a True Match foundation, like say for summer. When spring is leaving us and we're going into summer, the transitional shade, you just get 1 to 2 shades darker or 1 to 3 shades darker than your regular foundation shade, and just put a few drops in there and just mix it in with your favorite foundation, and that will deepen it and that'll get you through until you use your regular summer foundation. Same thing from summer to fall, when your color starts to get lighter and fade a little bit, you were heading into fall, winter. Same thing, just get 1 to 3 shades lighter than your favorite regular foundation, your favorite winter foundation, and that will lighten it up. So that way, you're not buying 4 bottles of foundation a year or even 3 bottles, And I'd rather spend, $10 on a bottle of foundation than 50 for just that short period of time. So just a little bonus tip for you. Hopefully you find that helpful. Hopefully it saves you some money, which is what we are all about on this channel, saving time and money and making beauty easy. All right, everybody. That is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Before you go, if you could let me know in the comments below, have you ever tried L'Oreal True Match? Or if you have a favorite foundation, let me know that too. I love hearing from you. Or if you have any questions specifically about L'Oreal True Match or any other questions that you want answered, please put in the comments below. I will do my best to get an answer for you. So, and also I just love hearing your comments. I really appreciate it. So love hearing from you. So please make sure to comment and like and subscribe before you go. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys. Have the best week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.